Hi there guys, as you can see and hear, it's a little bit windy and I'm at a place called Lenham this weekend. I'm at a metal detecting rally where I'm going to be demonstrating some bronze casting and flint knapping. It's a funny event because most people don't stay at it. They're off out there with their metal detectors and seeing what they can find. But the interesting point is, for your amusement, I've got to put up a 6 metre tent in the wind, so I'll show you how to do it. The one important piece is to make sure, if I've got the wind travelling this way, you can tell from the direction my hair is travelling, is that I start putting it up from here. So I've managed to get set up and people have arrived, mainly retrobates, and they're trying to get the fires. Anyway, I'm standing here next to Tom. So Tom, what's going on around here? Has there anything been found today?
So we've been detecting 2 days now on the fields, and within half an hour yesterday somebody found 3 of the guys up on the far bank there started finding some Bronze Age axes.
What kind of Bronze Age axes?
That became a that ended up being quite a big hoard that we're going to go and have a look at.
Let's go and do that.
Yeah.
So we're going to head on over here with a tent with a variety of things going on. Quite exciting stuff.
Oh, Matt. Any chance we can get the hoard out so Will can have a look at it?
Indeedy doody.
Yeah, love to have a look at that. Are you selling a few tickets for this sword, are you? One?
That was Carl.
One ticket?
Ready to put it up?
Yeah.
That video.
Look, I've made a really nice sword and you've sold one ticket.
I think you say you advertised it.
We're advertising it now.
You're advertising it now, alright.
Everyone's coming.
That video.
So there's 3 finders in the hoard. There's Richard, John and James, and what they were doing is they were up on the far bank and one of them I think found an axe or a couple of bits, and they started searching and they started finding a few more axes and a few more bits, and then one of them got a big signal and dug down and pulled out 5 axes basically, and that turned out to be when we investigated this box here,
Right.
which is 29 Middle Bronze Age pal stave axes and one little bit of torque, and that's the nucleus of the hoard. And what happened is the plough has come through and hit the hoard, and the rest of the stuff that they found scattered within a few metres of it has all been hit and moved around by the plough.
Right.
So there's some photographs which I can give to you which show sort of the hoard arranged and then a few bits scattering away where the plough blade has gone through and started pushing everything out.
Yep. Well, let's have a look at it then.
Yeah. So this first lot here is just it's all pal staves.
Oh my god, look at the size of that.
They're all big as well, yeah.
They are big.
Mixed sizes. So you've got that one there. You've got some with more straighter blades, some that have got more flared edges. So yes, there's sort of different forms. I think there's a couple of them are looped, but most of them aren't looped.
What's the material? Is this bronze?
This is all bronze, yeah. Some of them have got. I'll try and dig a couple out of here. Some of them have got rigid rib decoration and things like that on them.
Yep.
Let's try and find one. They're big as well. There's some little smaller ones in here, but there are some big ones.
Right, hang on. Oh, we've got to stop you here, Tom. The question I need to ask you, like, how significant is this? Is this not an everyday find, is it?
No. I mean,
Is this really significant?
I haven't had time to fully research it yet.
Right.
I know that in Kent you tend, people have looked at Bronze Age hoards in Kent and where they're distributed and where they go. I'd say this is, of the ones that we've dealt with through these rallies over the last few years, this is the biggest axe hoard we've had.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago we had Founders hoard with quite a few things in. That's probably a smaller amount of bronze, and that was a late Bronze Age hoard. This is very much Middle Bronze Age. This is a lot. This is quite a big deposit of quite chunky axes, quite sizable things. So there's some other artefacts we'll look at in a minute as well.
So, in its heyday, in its heyday, this was a very valuable thing to deposit into the ground.
Oh, I'd imagine so. Yeah.
And what about now? Is this just scrap or has it got a value?
So this will go in as treasure because it's a hoard.
Right.
And there will be a value, if the museum wants it, there'll be a value placed upon it. I know there are people here who know the sort of commercial side of that a bit better than me, who can tell you the value, but obviously these axes as antiquities do have a value to them.
Right.
And if the museum wishes to acquire them, the idea is they go through a process where the open market value is sort of given.
But the person who's dug these today, that was very much a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, you're probably not going to see another. You're probably not going to find another one of these horses to find.
Can you check that out?
I think it's just sort of John's probably a better place, but I think it's more of an offering sort of thing. This whole box is just PAL staves. There's 29 in this box.
Wow.
And then this was the one thing that was not a PAL stave that was in the main core of the stuff, which we think. So it's one of two things. It's either part of a torque, or it's the end of a very long pin. So you'll see in a minute there's a dress pin involved as well, which is very ornate.
Yep.
And there's also a piece of twisted wire torque in there. But this is either the end of another torque or the end of this long dress pin.
So Tom, looking at that as it is, right, there's got to be some. What I want to do is I want to wash it and I want to clean it. But what's the protocol with cleaning something like that up?
So the basic advice if you find one of these is if you're not sure what to do, don't do anything with it.
Don't do anything.
But this will probably, if the museum acquires it, be professionally cleaned. I'm not a conservator, I don't know the full methods of it, but they'll gently remove all of that mud and reveal the patina underneath.
They're going to protect the patina.
Yeah, they'll remove the dirt, they'll stabilise it, they'll do all of that sort of thing with it.
Right. That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can just sort of see that nice green, sort of like, that might even have been resharpened, that blade there. It's got a little bit of file marks on it almost, so you can see that nice surface is possibly under quite a lot of this.
So at this stage, this will go to a museum with all the dirt on.
Yeah.
They'll clean it.
Yeah.
And they'll evaluate it from there.
Yeah, so this will get handed over, this whole box, all of this stuff will get handed over to the Kent Fines Liaison Officer.
Yeah.
And that will then go, be submitted for consideration as treasure, where it will go in front of a coroner's inquest.
Yeah.
And if the coroner determines that it is treasure, which it probably is based on the criteria, that will then be, local museums can then submit their interest in acquiring it, and then it goes through, if a museum wants to acquire it, it goes through a valuation process. If a museum doesn't want to acquire it, their fines are claimed and they return to the finders and the landowner for them to deal with themselves.
Got to admit though, that's pretty exciting stuff. And we're down at the Lenham Metal Detecting Rally, surrounded with Joan Allen, which is the company that are providing the metal detector, retail a lot of the main metal detecting equipment.
Yes, yeah.
And that's stunning. So I know you would have put up with the fact there's a lot of background noise, but this is a very real moment. It's a live event. That's a live find. That's kind of mind-blowing, really, isn't it? That is, talk about unwrapping time.